Attorney General Josh Kaul Monday pushing back and stepping into the contentious election investigation by the Racine County Sheriff.
What we are seeing is politicized rhetoric that doesn't match the actions that people are taking.
The sheriff calling on the Justice Department to launch a statewide investigation, accusing employees at a Mount Pleasant nursing home of filling out ballots and applications for residents who were not of sound mind to do so.
Are you planning to refer any charges from anyone at that facility?
As I mentioned at the beginning, as we do in all criminal investigations, we investigate. We are the fact finders. We have not taken anybody into custody.
It's highly unusual for a law enforcement officer to have a press conference, to assert that people are guilty of crimes, but not be there to announce a charging decision.
The Attorney General Monday also questioning political influence.
I have some serious concerns about the way that announcement has unfolded based on what we've learned over the last few days.
The sheriff and Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, who appeared exclusively on Upfront, have given conflicting accounts about their interaction during the investigation.
Did you talk with the sheriff at all?
I did speak with the sheriff. He was already looking to do the investigation.
Have you talked with anyone on his team or Speaker Vos or anyone in Michael Gableman's office as your review went on over the past couple months?
No.
Tonight, the sheriff's office responding to 12 News, claiming the sheriff had interpreted our question as asking whether the two had coordinated and not spoken. The sheriff also confirming he met with Vos as early as March, along with the district attorney and county executive.
Why not open a statewide investigation from the Justice Department to see if there are larger issues across the state?
Yeah, Speaker Vos's statements on that are absurd, and let me just say, his comments have not matched his actions.
The Attorney General also said Monday the Justice Department has seen no evidence of similar allegations at any other nursing home facility in the state. In Milwaukee, I'm Matt Smith, WISN 12 News.
The Racine County Sheriff blamed state election officials for the guidance they issued nursing homes on how to carry out the election during the pandemic. Well, today, the head of the Wisconsin Elections Commission fired back.
It's not productive. I think it's baseless. And I think it's just partisan politics.
Administrator Megan Wolf defended her job and the commission's decision to not send trained poll workers into nursing homes because of the pandemic. Residents were issued absentee ballots upon request.
If there were instances of coercion or there were procedures that were not followed by the care facility or by the jurisdiction, then those need to be referred to district attorneys.
Investigators say they believe one resident who voted previously was declared incompetent by a judge to vote.